Hello, wrestling fans. This is Sal Rough Cuts, and yes, Rough Cuts is back. And with this week's edition, AEW Full Gear is going to be on display, and it's got a loaded 10-match card. We're going to get right to the predictions for it. Just please be advised that these are my opinions only. They're not affiliated with Bill Apter or AEW. So without wasting any time, let's get to this action-packed loaded card on AEW coming live from the Target Center. We have Pac and Cody Rhodes versus Macaulay Black and Andre. This can go either way. Cody got the best of Macaulay Black last time, and now maybe there could be some revenge factor here now that Black and Andre are teaming up. So I'm going to go with Black and Andre are going to go get the win, and Pac is going to be the one that gets pinned in this. I don't think it'll be Cody. I think it'll be Pac that gets pinned. That may set off some friction between the two and getting Arn involved. But I think after Cody beating Black last time, I think now in the tag team, I believe that it'll be Black and Andre will become victorious, and they'll be the ones. I'm going to go with Black is going to be the one that's going to hit the finisher on Pac and get the victory for their team. I don't think it'll be Cody and Pac winning. I think it'll be Black and Andre will then pin Pac, and Cody will not take the fall here. Christian Cage and Jurassic Express, which is Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, versus Super Click, which is Cole and the Young Bucks, which is Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson. Falls Count Anywhere match. Adam Cole's getting nationally televised on a feature pay-per-view with his Young Bucks cohorts, his buddies here, and Falls Count Anywhere. I don't see how Adam Cole and the Young Bucks lose this match either. I don't see how it's possible. I mean, Adam Cole just signed; he's there. So Christian Cage won't take the fall. I think it's going to be Luchasaurus. Will take the fall here. I think it'll be Adam Cole will end up getting the pin on Luchasaurus in a Falls Count Anywhere match. I don't think it'll be anywhere. I think they'll wrestle over the arena, but anywhere, I think ultimately the fall will take place maybe on the ramp or near the ring, but it won't take place like at the concession stands or anything like that. So yeah, I think Adam Cole and the Young Bucks for sure in a Falls Count Anywhere match will get the victory for certain in this match, and it'll be Luchasaurus that'll take the fall. Definitely won't be Christian Cage, that's for sure. CM Punk versus Eddie Kingston in a singles match. Well, hey, look, CM Punk is being featured on a pay-per-view here, and one of the more recent signees. No chance CM Punk loses this match. He will get a clean pinfall over Eddie Kingston, no doubt in my mind. The crowd's going to go crazy. Chicago, Illinois is not too far from Minneapolis, Minnesota, where they're holding the event, and CM Punk has a very strong following, and you can just see, the rant and the rave, and CM Punk is going to win this match, and he's going to be starting to look for some titles pretty soon. Don't get me wrong. He's there to get some gold, and taking a step in the right direction with Eddie Kingston with a big win will definitely start elevating that status right there. Darby Allin with Sting versus MJF in a singles match. Hey, look, I'm looking forward to this. MJF back in here. These two have been going back and forth. But again, MJF, look, he is one of the best heels of the modern day era, in my opinion. He really is. This guy is young. He's got it on the mic. He's doing it in the ring. He's going toe-to-toe with anybody. He's backing up. He reminds me of a young Roddy Piper. Is really what he reminds me of. I think I said this on prior Rough Cuts in the past. He reminds me of a young Roddy Piper. And he's going to do everything to get under your skin and, call you out. And he's going to get in the ring. He's going to back it up, too. I'm going with MJF to win over Darby Allin in a singles match. I expect some interference with Sting and Wardlow, but I do expect MJF will find a way with Wardlow to get the pinfall over Darby Allin. I don't see how you let MJF lose in a match like this. I just don't see it, and MJF, I think, is going to pull out a match. I think it's going to be a very good match. I don't think it'll be as bad as people are thinking it's going to be. You got Sting and Wardlow may get in the middle a little bit, but MJF, I mean, he is the real deal, and he is the prize in the future, and the whole 9 yards, the whole kit and caboodle as far as what you expect out of a bad guy, heel, and I expect him to win in a very tight, a lot of close falls, but it will be, his hand will be raised. 1, 2, 3. The Lucha Brothers, Penta El Zero, Miedo, and Rey Fenix, I can't even pronounce their names, with Alex versus FTR. That'll be Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler for the tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Champions. There is no way FTR is losing this match with Tully Blanchard. There is zero chance of that happening. Even if Tully's got to get involved, there is 0% chance in my eyes that FTR loses this match whatsoever. They are the best tag team in AEW right now. Maybe next to the Young Bucks, I would guess. But when you got Tully Blanchard in the corner of 4 horsemen and a former world tag team champion himself, and no chance. FTR, I mean, really, since they came to AEW from the WWE and got Tully in their corner, they have really shown the world exactly how an amazing tag team they are. Even without Tully, they're still incredible. But with Tully, you got that added advantage. No chance, boys and girls, no chance. FTR will reign supreme with Tully, and they will have a lot to be thankful for as they will continue to be AEW World Tag Team Champions. The Inner Circle, Chris Jericho, Jack Hager, Sammy Guevara, Santana, and Ortiz versus Men of the Year, Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, and American Top Team, Junior Dos Santos, Andre Orlovsky, and Dan Lambert, with Austin Vanderford and Paige Van Zandt. This is a Minneapolis street fight. This is a good old-fashioned Minneapolis street fight, similar to what the Inner Circle had with Jericho. You know, Inner Circle they had back with MJF's group, the Pinnacle. This is gonna be a good old-fashioned street fight. Probably chairs, garbage cans, Singapore canes, tables, ladders, the whole 9 yards. They're going to take it everywhere, and the Inner Circle is going to win this match. I couldn't even pronounce all the names of Men of the Year, and I apologize if I didn't pronounce all the names. I'm going to say that Sammy Guevara is going to get the pinfall on Ethan Page. I'm going to predict that. I know the Inner Circle is going to win, but I'm going to say Sammy Guevara will get the pinfall on Ethan Page. That'll be my prediction. And I think it'll be just a typical old-fashioned melee is what it's going to be. It's going to be like an ECW street fight. Every weapon in the world will be thrown into this, and in the end, we're going to have a lot of oohs and ahs. We're going to have some crimson. I mean, how can you have AEW shows without some crimson? So we're going to have a little bit of that, a little bit of everything, and a good old-fashioned street fight. So yes, I'm going to go with the Inner Circle, and I said Sammy Guevara will get the pinfall over Ethan Page. Brian Nelson versus Miro for the AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament Final. The winner receives a future AEW World Championship match. 2 former WWE guys, 2 former champions. Remember, Daniel just headlined WrestleMania. Miro's got his belt. The AEW World Championship Eliminator Final here. This is a lot of back and forth, a lot of history between these two back from up north in the WWE days. Now they're going to take it onto a big stage here as well with AEW. Look, I mean, these guys know each other inside and out. I think they're going to put on an even better match than they have when they were in the WWE. I don't doubt it. I think it's going to be super fantastic. You know Daniel Bryan doesn't have a bad match. You know Miro hasn't really had a bad match since he came back and is now Miro. So I can't see anything different between these two. A clash of 2 titans. But I do expect Daniel Bryan to walk out as the winner in this match. I'm going to expect Daniel Bryan is at a very tough, hard-fought, back and forth, nail biter. Daniel Bryan will pin Miro and get his shot. No doubt in my mind. No doubt he's going to get his shot. And, you know, nothing against Miro. Miro is doing a fabulous job. I mean, you definitely got to love what Miro is doing. Daniel Bryan is there for a reason, just like Adam Cole and CM Punk and Miro too. But Daniel Bryan's there for a reason. He's not there to take a back seat. He's there to get in the title picture as well. And yeah, I just can't see it any other way. I think Daniel's going to get his shot. No doubt in my mind, Daniel's going to be the one to get the shot in a very hard-fought, tight, intense match. But I think it's going to be a lot more intense than their WWE days. We're going to see a much different, much more intense, action-packed, tight, close fall type match, but it's going to be better than what they had in their WWE days. And Daniel's going to walk out looking for a future shot. Dr. Britt Baker versus Tay Conti with Anna Jay. Well, this whole thing I think is just setting up for the future with, with Rosa in January. Remember, they're supposed to have a stipulation in January also, so I can't see Dr. Baker losing her championship right now to Tay Conti. There is no way that she's going to have it. So there's no way. I mean, they're going to have their stipulation in January. So yeah, Britt's going to get the pinfall here. She's going to retain, no doubt. But it'll be a good match. I don't think it'll disappoint. I mean, Britt Baker hasn't disappointed in her title matches. You can see, I think, like I said, she had match of the year on television. When that no holds barred. So I don't expect anything different. I think Tay Conti will hold her own as well. Can't expect anything different. So Doctor will hold and retain her title. Kenny Omega versus Hangman Page. A lot of people want to see Hangman Adam Page get the belt now that he's back. And a lot of people want to see it. They want to see the title change hands for the AEW World Championship. And it's just been talked about. I had friends of mine say, come on, now it's got to be the time. You gotta predict Hangman Adam Page. It's the ripening, the pickings. I don't think there's going to be a finish on this match. Because Kenny Omega's going to have the Elite. I don't think there's going to be a finish, but there has to be a finish. I don't think there's going to be a finish. I don't think it's going to be a true finish. I think it's going to end up at disqualification. I think there's going to be all mayhem that's going to break loose in this thing. I don't think we're going to get a decisive one, especially with the Elite. And I think Daniel Bryan may come running down. And I don't think there's going to be a finish, a true absolute finish to this match. I don't think there's going to be a finish to this match whatsoever. So I think what's going to happen is it's going to be Omega, Hangman Page, and Bryan Danielson in a triple threat match for the AEW World Championship at their next pay-per-view, whenever that may be next year. I think that's what's going to happen. I think it's going to be a triple threat match. As much as people have been asking me, you got to pick Adam. I would love to, but when you got the Elite and you got Adam Cole and you got the whole Young Bucks, you got his crew. I don't see we're going to have a finish on this. I think it's just going to be a DQ or something bizarre, and the match is going to be thrown out. They may have a rematch on Dynamite on Wednesday, but I think what will end up happening is we'll have a triple threat match with Daniel Bryan and Adam Page and Kenny Omega, and then they'll put some kind of stipulation, maybe a cage match or something bizarre, some kind of major stipulation at the next pay-per-view. But I don't think it won't be a finish. We'll have a good match for maybe a good 10, 12 minutes or so, but then it's just going to fall apart. And they're going to have this kind of cliffhanger type of match where it's going to be, we're going to say, well, okay, now what are you going to do with Hangman Page and a whole 9 yards? So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a no finish and setting up a triple threat match with Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, and Bryan Danielson at the next pay-per-view. That's where I'm going with the. They have Nyla Rose with Vicky Guerrero and Jamie Halter versus Shida and Thunder Rosa as a lady tag match. That'll happen somewhere in the middle. Sorry I did not get to that. I'm going with Nyla Rose and Jamie Halter are going to team up since they're going to be in Britt's corner for Britt's match, and now there's going to be a tag match. I'm going with Shida and Rosa in this. Remember, remember, Rosa's going to get her match with Britt in January, so I'm going with Thunder Rosa and Shida are going to win. Even with Britt Baker maybe interfering, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. This is to set up a little bit more. Britt Baker will get in the face of Rosa to set up their match in January, which, like I said, they said been calling out. There's going to be some sort of stipulation. It won't be a hair versus hair match. Tony Khan has said that, but there'll be some sort of stipulation. So I'm going with Rosa and Shida to win in the tag match, on the ladies tag match. I think it'll be very good. The women have been, when they're featured, have been putting on very high quality matches. So overall, it's definitely going to be worth the look. Check out your local pay-per-view. Check out online where they're offering it. It's going to be, AEW doesn't do a monthly pay-per-view shows. They do them every couple months, and they've been building the stories very nicely. You have Rampage and Dynamite. So building up the stories, you got the young guys and the veterans, a solid mix. This is a loaded 10-match card, so it's going to be very good. There'll be some non-finishes. We're going to have some pinfalls. We're going to have some oohs and ahs. Not going to see any face or heel turns in this, but we're going to be on the edge of the seats. They've been putting on a solid product, and in the short time that they've been in, now you got CM Punk, Daniel Bryanson, Christian Cage is here, Adam Cole. You got some of the former WWE guys. You got some of the young guys like the Jungle Boy, the Young Bucks, MJF, and all that. You got a really good, solid mix, and the future is just only going to get brighter. So this is going to be a very good card and a very good, solid show. I'm going to give it pre-show right now. I'm going to say 8.5, 9 stars out of 10. That it's going to be exceptional, and I'm sure that you will tune in as well as myself. And it will be a very good show, and I don't think it'll disappoint. There hasn't been a disappointing AEW show yet or a pay-per-view, so this shouldn't be any different.